I've never seen shit like this. I don't understand what the fuck is this. It says like this. It says that if this will not show in anyone else's feed unless you share it. Like, what the fuck you mean by this? And then there is a lock next to it. This I never restricted to anybody. I never restricted any of this stuff. I don't know what the fuck are they doing. Clearly, that if I go to this link, it can clearly be seen also that this is open for the world to see. I do not understand what exactly they mean by this, to share it. Like, share it how? How the fuck am I going to share this? You can have this with the public. That means that you can see it on a Facebook, right? You can share this with the friends, or you can select certain people, friends, whatever. You can restrict people from seeing certain thing, or you can restrict this to be only shared, used as a memory for yourself, or you can choose specific friends. And I don't understand what the fuck are they saying. Custom. How come that this is not shared? I don't understand. It's set on the public, so I don't get it. That people are not gonna see this. It won't show in anyone else's feed unless you share it. Like, how the fuck am I gonna share this? How can I share this stuff? How can I share it more? I made it public. What else can I do? I mean, bizarre. This is fucking bizarre. And yeah, this is the thing, that if I go to my profile, right? I go to this profile here, and I copy paste this profile into another browser where I'm also using a Facebook. I don't know if they fixed this or not, but the people would not get to see my profile at all. And so that is fucked up, really fucked up. Like this. They would not see certain details and stuff like this from my Facebook account. So I don't understand anything what they are saying. This is just this is the only options that I have. I don't have any other options to share anything. What they don't offer any other options. So this is what my account looks like. They restrict me. They continue to restrict me. Look at that. They continue to restrict me the stuff, the way you see it, directly onto this post here, Wild Child Prostitution South Africa 2015. I don't know. It appears to me that to somebody, my Facebook profile is extremely insulting, that they have enormous problem with it. Look what date it is. I mean, look at that. And they are just doing this kind of stuff to demonstrate me as a white neo-Nazi. There you go. You can see here. There you go. And guess what? I am not going to move this away. And the reason why I am not going to move this away, is because I'm not the one who created this stuff. The reason why this will remain right there is because you did it. And you refuse to acknowledge what you have done. So guess what is going to happen? It will stay right here. As crazy and as sick it is, and I hope it is as sick as fuck. The sicker the better. Because no sir, I will not touch any of this stuff. It will stay right where it is, just the way it is, for the world to see who you are. And yes, you can have it your way. You can use my Facebook account the way you do to misinterpret your 53 years of involvement in genocide against me, in whichever way fits you best. It's all up to you. If this is what it comes to, that's exactly the way it's gonna stay. What you're saying is, I don't have the right to use the Facebook as a social platform, as a social media, to freely communicate with the world. That's what you're saying. I'm using now a different profile, and you folks can see what this shit is. 3 years of life that you turned into blunder. And this, let me make myself clear, literally through what became even psychiatric hospitalization in 2012. After 38 years, 38 years of MK Ultra lynching, brainwash. After 38 years, you get to demonstrate me like this, so that you can wash your soul, your conscience, right? You can wash your conscience. 3 years of fuck up summarizes 53 years of genocide. And that's based on selection of the Central Intelligence Agency and Federal Bureau Investigation selection. Personal White House, personal U.S. Congress selection. And guess what's going to happen? This is going to stay exactly the way it is. I ain't going to touch this. Too bad, man. It's going to stay absolutely, everything is going to stay right exactly the way it is. For better or worse, right there. Till you are going to acknowledge what you have done. My account, the stuff I do, is about much more than what Mr. Zuckerberg and his wife Chan have summarized under my Facebook account. And that also suggests me that it explains why I was thrown into the category of the North Korean news agency, Russian TASS agency, and then there is also Chinese state news agency. They dumped me in, portraying me as a part of obviously some kind of infiltration, obviously some kind of a neo-Nazi movement in the United States of America. All this stuff that you see right there is going to stay for better or worse exactly what it is for you to deal with. Till you come to your senses that you, Mr. Zuckerberg, together with Sergey Mikhailovich Brin, Larry Page, Google founders, are doing your best with Frau Angela Merkel, and they have, what is this guy, Merz now, and then it's Joachim Scholz, British Buckingham Palace, Saxe Windsor, Romanov, Coburg, Gotha, and then you have your George W. Bush, Clinton, Barack Obama, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, and others, etc., doing their best to help Putin, right? To portray his justice, to portray his truth. So I'm going to say, let this stay, this page of my Facebook, dedicated to Vladimir Putin. Let it stay dedicated to Serbia. Let it stay dedicated to Russia. Let it stay dedicated to Slovenia. Let it stay dedicated to those that the Germans, British, French, Italians, Spaniards, Swedes, Norwegians, Finns, Dutch, Canadians, Australians, Americans are referring to as a neo-Nazi website. referring to as equivalent to a North Korean, a Chinese, and a Russian TASS news agency. Let it stay like this. Let it stay. Let it stay for the world to see, for the world to judge about for what it is, this so-called free world. Who is fucking crazier? Who is more insane? Who is closer to the North Korea? Who is closer to Russia, to the Putin? Let the world see. Let the world acknowledge for what it is. Who is closer to the neo-Nazism? Who is closer to the neo-Nazism? You try to summarize me like this. You try to put me in a box like this. And that's exactly why I'm here. That's precisely why I'm here. I'm here to talk about this issue. It's amazing that throughout my work, through so much work that I do, there is no link allowed from my page, from my blog, to appear absolutely anywhere on the Facebook. Why the hell is that? I mean, you don't fear about this stuff, do you? What do you have to fear?
Gentlemen, they associated me with a North Korea, with a China, and with a Russian.
Censored absolutely everything through
similar,
the Google.
if you type in New York
with your German, Russian paratroopers, the scientists of the so-called New World Order, and sanction me into the same category with the Russians, with North Koreans, with the Chinese state media, as my being the one who is... Obviously, I waged the war on Ukraine, and I am after every aspect of the freedom, of the Western freedom, am I? After 53 years of genocide, proven on my website, this isn't what I'm making it. I'm not making it up, with too many proofs to count. So what makes your media, your CNN, your CBC, your NBC, etc., and BBC, blah, 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 BBC bullshit? What makes you in the eyes of the world? Who is judging what? Who is more insane? Who is crazier in this case? Let it stay. I want you, wherever you are in the world, whether you are in China or you are, I don't give a fuck, Africa, South America, whether you're Brazil or you Congo or South America or South Africa. This is the way they present me. I want you to see this so-called Western democracy, world of democracies. Today, now, in 2025, it's June the 6th, 2025. I like it that way. I'm going to even say thank you. Thank you. If that makes you happy. Is that what makes you happy? That's how you want to have it? You can have it. You can have it. I don't mind. Look, scroll down here to this page here. It's called the Incomplete List of MKUltra Proofs. It started when I was less than 1 year of age, at 3 months of age. And you don't like to hear this because it involved no less than 16 FBI, Federal Bureau Investigation directors directly involved in it, with every American president, beginning Nixon, not beginning Nixon, but even before presidents, before Nixon, continued to be involved in it. Reagan was a small fish when it comes to how old this case was. And you don't like to hear this, and I'm now a North Korean state agency. I'm taking the freedom a little bit away from you. Damn it. I did not know that day like this is gonna come, but guess what? I remember when there was a Soviet Union. I remember the day when there was a Soviet Union. And the Soviet Union perished. Soviet Union no longer is. For I know for sure, for damn fucking sure I do. Just as I have written right here. Just as I have written right here at the end of this page. Just as I have written right here. Right on the bottom of this page I have written to you. I did a little update about what's going on in Ukraine. Where you can see that Ukrainians continue to celebrate a big victory. While at the same time, Ukraine is bombed the fuck out of. It's on fire. It's choking. Together they continue to celebrate with their Western allies, for whom I clearly explain, not only they did not have anything to counter the Russian threat with, nuclear threat with, but clearly are in agreement with one another. So I know for sure, for damn fucking sure I know, that you don't fear no day Soviet Union had to face in front of me. Because you are in agreement with the Ruski, you are in agreement with the Russia. And it matters to you not if you're going to fall down because you are in accord. You are in agreement with the Ruski. So the day of the fall that you would face, the fear, that same would repeat to you as I have done it to the Soviet Union. You no longer have. Understandable. So go ahead and celebrate your freedom. Celebrate your Western democracy. Celebrate your truth. Celebrate it. I even make this. I mark this. Don't you fucking read this? Don't you understand this here? This is repeated. But it's changed. Because at the top, it was written, making of the neo-Nazi. See this here? This is repeated. This post is repeated. This is identical post. Look. Making of neo-Nazi. Look. Right here. So it doesn't bother you to look like a shit, like a piece of shit in front of the world? Obviously you have a good agreement. Obviously you have an accord with Russia. That regardless of how things are going to turn for your democracy, regardless of how much you get exposed, you're not much to worry about. See, this is just another proof about on which boat you are sitting and who exactly you are all about. For I fear not this kind of stuff. I fear not it's going to stay here. It's going to stay here because I want. I truly, truly, truly want. Once I was dumped even into a psychiatric hospital. After 38 years of torture in 2012, I decided I would declare the war on the entire world. And if you're in no hurry to repair your problems, if you're in no hurry, actually, it's even better for me. I prefer you not. I prefer you to stick your head inside of the shit while I'll continue to do my stuff on this page here. I prefer you not. I don't give a three fuck about what you do. I don't give a shit about what you choose. I don't care about. The sicker you are, the more the world can see through to you. The more the world sees the difference between the BBC, CNN, NBC, CBC, and so on, and also my blog here. The more you do, the more you do to you. You don't do it to me no more. You did to me a lot of bad stuff for a very long time, you did. But I took control in my hands, and I said to myself, fuck this. We're gonna continue to go this way. We're gonna go down the rabbit hole. It's not about only that we're gonna go down the rabbit hole, but the worst thing about yet that's gonna happen is nobody's gonna even know, nobody's gonna even understand what I was here for in this world. What exactly happened to me? Why this stuff happened to me? So, the more shit you do, the better I'm off. I'm gonna say deserve it. I deserve it. The stuff you do to yourself, I deserve it. You wanna go knock yourself out? Knock yourself out. I ain't got no fucking problem. You go ahead and make my day, look. See it? I ain't got no fucking problem with this stuff. Too many I have not even listed here. Too much stuff that I have not even listed here, and everything is 100% as it was. You want to match me with this stuff here, the way like this is how you portray you is on my page, stuff like that. When I'm logged in, this is what I get to see. Huh? That's how you want to portray me as? This is the way it is? This is good. For me, I love this. The more you do, the better I'm off. You don't want to portray this stuff? You want to portray it your way? You want the reality the way you want it, so that your British royals can look good, they can smile, they can be happy about it. Optimistic, good, is good. Joe Biden is good. Bush is good. Alright, it's good, cool, man. If that's how you like it, you're not going to say you don't like the violence. You're not going to say that you're not violent. You're extremely violent. Why are you so people violent? Why are you people so angry? Why are you people so angry? Angela Merkel, why are you so angry? Why are you so angry at Buckingham Palace? Why are you so insane? Mad. Why are you so mad? Let me ask you a question. In the White House also. In the US Congress, why are you so mad at FBI and CIA? What's happening to you? Why are you so mad? Why did you lose it? Why are you so mad? You got off the chain. What's happening to you? Let it stay this way. Let it stay this way. Let it snow like this. Let it snow like this. You go ahead, make my day and portray a reality based on your taste. And I'm going to portray my way. And I'm going to portray it my way. Do it. Just fucking do it, like they say at Nike. Just do it. For every problem that you create, for every fucking problem you create, just that you know, it's 1,000 solutions. And for me, this world, that type of world, is becoming increasingly accessible. Increasingly easy accessible. Liberating myself from your slavery. And it's not about the mental slavery. It's more than a mental slavery, as this case was. It's just getting me stronger and stronger and stronger. Regardless of the health problems that you created for me. You don't like this shit. You want to continue to portray your reality. That's how you want to do it. You want to go? You want to continue with the making of the neo-Nazi, which obviously you can't make it anymore? And now you can't make it anymore. Now you're so fucking angry that you just censor the blog, everything.
and you start to create your perception about who I was and who I am, all right, that talks volumes about you. Talks volumes about you. Go ahead and glorify your people, glorify yourself, glorify your scientists, your nobodies, your shit. Glorify yourself, and I never existed. Just continue to repeat yourself, I never ever existed, and that will be the truth. As long as you will adhere to this principle, that will be the truth. Laugh in my ass, in your face. Continue to pretend I don't exist. Continue to pretend this blog does not exist. Continue to pretend it didn't happen. Continue to laugh. For people to see yourself, to see themselves in you, in something, if nothing other than in laughter, maybe in diapers of your children. If nothing other, anything is better than nothing, isn't it, Charles, William, Harry? That's what you do. That's what you do, like this, behind the back of the people. This is what the Facebook is. This is what American Facebook is like. This is what the fuck you do. This is what you guys do. This is what this is. That's how you portray who I am. This is what this is all about. That's damn bad. It's sad. Sad day for American democracy. Whatever that means. If there ever was a democracy, if there ever was such thing like American democracy, if there ever was, and I have no fucking clue, because for the last 53 years, born in 1971, I was merely a slave, a shadow of a human being. I no longer am. You can continue to claim that I never existed. And there was also people who claimed the earth was flat. There are people today you negotiated this genocide with here in Slovenia who claim the MKUltra procedure is actually a telepathy. For I continue to do for the world to see in you who you really are, how sick you are, stuff you do. My computer doesn't have a capacity to go on, but this is 2018. It's a long route. And I do not understand what exactly do you mean by your what people get to see and what people don't get to see, and how you want for me to be seen as. This video, sure enough, is gonna fuck you, because it's gonna go to some place for the people. Whenever they're gonna click this blog, they're gonna see one regardless of what you're gonna do. This video is gonna fuck you straight in your ass for as long as this blog is gonna exist. So it's gonna be a bad one for you. You can restrict, you can do whatever the fuck you want, you can continue to portray reality whichever way you want. You can say I don't exist, I never existed, whatever you want to do. Now, you have a test blogger on Ulster Times above the Ulster Times even blog. You can do whatever the fuck you want, but that's not going to change the fact that I stated in this video. Clearly you are closer to the TASS, to the Russian TASS, to the North Korean Kim Jong-un, news agency than I am. Clearly, you don't make any fucking sense. Not for the people in the USA, not for the people in the Germany, not for the people in the UK, in the Britain, I should say, not in France, not in Italy, not in Sweden, nor in Norway. There is a few of you motherfuckers over there that decide about the general status. Wealth, well-being, and I should say health of the general population. And that's all there is to it. General population understands the stuff I write about. All through, I'm not a communist. Look at that. Look where I found myself, in what category they stashed me into. And of course, this isn't for me to say I have a problem with the communists. For obvious reasons, I don't have a problem with the communists. Have your politicians, your elites, see yourself in a mirror and then talk about the communism. Rat race capitalism based on psychiatry, democracy, Western democracy. You don't like to see it? It's too bad, man. Get used to it, because that's what you're gonna get. That you got here, you come to this place, you came to the right place. Nothing is gonna change in respect to my blog. My blog is gonna stay exactly like this. Many blogs on my blog, the Outer Times, I have titled them as Making of the Neo-Nazi. And it should be interesting phenomena for the people at the United Nations, at International Criminal Court, for the people throughout Africa, throughout Asia, throughout South America, Central America. People must understand what exactly you do to portray yourself. You, colonialists, you, neo-Nazis. Both sides of my family were involved in a partisan resistance during the World War II. Both sides of the families were enrolled in a communist party. Everybody. During the World War II. The stuff you do together with the Ruski, with the Russians, so you can hide yourself behind the face of somebody like myself. Portray your innocence on a continent which you used to enslaved for hundreds of years, where you used to mass slaughters millions and millions and millions of people. The stuff you do to have a face to walk inside of the International Criminal Court, the stuff you do to walk inside of the United Nations and give the speech in the name of freedom. It's gonna stay exactly the way it is, because I am interested in something else. I am interested in portraying the stuff you do inside of the NATO, the stuff you do inside of United States of America, which citizen I became in 2000. The stuff you do inside of European Union. For you to look me, and for me to look colonialist, for me to look neo-Nazi, me from Slovenia, you from Germany, you from UK, you whose United States of America was based on a slavery. I want the world to see what means this, your Russo-American empire, German, Ribbentrop-Molotov, what exactly is making of the Nazi, how you make a selection, how far the whole thing went. That's what I want. I want people to understand around the world. I want for the people around the world to understand you better. For the world to understand. I want this here that you see, the Facebook, to become a monument to humanity, so that they can understand the difference between the BBC, NBC, CBC, CNN, and so on, and my blog. I want the people to understand the difference between my biography and the mainstream media, the so-called mainstream media, a regular vacuum world of lies and dementia. As for what you are, see nothing, hear nothing, know nothing. It's gonna stay exactly like this. Not to promote your fucking neo-Nazi imperial agenda, for the world instead to acknowledge you for what you are. That's why. See, that's why we continue to do that. That's why I am in no hurry. I made a mistake. I made a bloody mistake because I actually did delete a few videos from Daily Motions, and I'm so sorry that I would pull my hair out of my scalp for doing that. I did so because Barack Obama convinced me that I should remove certain videos and stuff. It was a stupid thing to do. The most stupid thing to do. I want this to be a memorial, a testimony to humanity, for them to understand where I'm coming from and what your democracy actually is. And will continue to be. You're going to get different faces. You're going to get different laws. You're going to be different blah, 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 more lies. Just like you open the companies, once they are labeled and knowledge with too much crime, you close them down, you foreclose them. It's the same people that open new companies the way you do the stuff. The true, this blood stain that is not going to go away from you is what I built for centuries, for millennium. Never. That's why I want like this. I want this to stay like this. For the people to have something that will remind them of who you are. You took away my human face, I'm going to give you the name. You did this stuff to me, that's fine. Now I'm going to make sure I give you the name, I give you the face. Somebody's got to give you the face. The World War II is over. 80 years ago it ended. The time have come for people to recall, remind themselves of who you are when the world is heading to with you. That's the way I like. That's the way I want. That's exactly the way I like. I was really bad for about 2 years. I really was an angry young man. And I was not young anymore. But we are fine now. We are okay now. It's not a problem. We can do it. We can dance. Whichever way you like, we can do it. We can get it done. This is actually, I love it, especially the picture. That's the picture the psychiatrists were all excited about. Damn it, and the picture is gone. Need to find this one. To be honest with you, in 2010 when I started to talk about MK Ultra, and you refused to stop torture, MK Ultra torture, literally with the assistance of the Chinese and of Indian. I am actually pleased that it turned into psychiatry. I was looking forward to get the proof of your death threats I endured during MK Ultra, to be completely honest about it. I wanted to taste with my mouth the stuff you threatened me with. I don't regret everything you have done to me, including the psychiatry, even a little bit. I fucking regret you because I continue to work, I continue to do my stuff, to open the eyes of the humanity to understand what making of the neo-Nazi looks like. I don't regret a single thing in my life, a single thing in my life. Nothing. Zero. If you ever looked for any kind of regrets for absolutely anything, I don't regret a fucking thing. I was born into the slavery. I was born into the slavery. It started when I was 3 months of age. The Indian doctors, the Indian physicians started to convince me when I was 4 years of age that electroshocks cannot be done to the children, because if the electroshocks are done to the children fell apart, and it was not the Indians who did it. They started to convince me about this stuff on invitation of the Josip Broz Tito of the Yugoslav, Slovenian scum. And they did so, talking about the roadblock. Roadblocks are designed to block the memory of an individual due to degree and amount of abuse done to one. Foremost threatening him that if he will say something like that was done to him, that he will be immediately labeled as insane. That's how that stuff is done. They have repeated this also at my age 6. That the first electroshocks in my case, and yes, I will acknowledge this, it takes child, a baby, this was not a child 2 years of age, it was still a baby, days to recuperate from the electroshocks, and his recuperation from the electroshocks is very, very questionable, as for most of the children are left with a permanent disability. It started, when it comes to the electroshocks, at 2 years of age, not at 4. With the Indian doctors, physicians who learned about it, completely horrified, terrified with it. I'm probably even alive because of the Indian physicians, doctors that were involved in this case when I was a baby. Very, very, very possible. They wouldn't listen to anybody, but they did have to listen when it came to Indian people, because of Yugoslavia was in the league of the Liga Neuvršćenih. This is how brutal this shit is. So, yes, of course, I am Ruski. I am from the TAS, and I do this shit. I do it. The stuff they do is just to hurt you, to hurt your democracy. Don't you understand that? Of course. That's what I'm here for. I'm a North Korean state agency out there doing my best to, I don't know what. I have to yet think about how I would get handy for you, actually for the North Korea and for the China and for the Russia, in a sense of, obviously, I don't know what I do. I infiltrate, I don't know exactly, I have to give myself a status, which is a little bit problematic because the stuff I post on the internet is truly something that, if it wouldn't be real, it would be removed from the internet on an instant. So it must be fucking real. This is gonna stay, folks. I know that you don't like it. I know that you don't like to see this shit, but I need to see people what the fuck this is. I want to see them. I want them to see this stuff. I want them to remember this stuff. I want them to remember. I want them to remember this stuff. This is very, very important for me, for people to acknowledge where the fuck I'm coming from, what I have gone through. Dear Lord, gone are the days gone are the days when I no longer knew who the fuck I was, what I was, and what my purpose to this life was. Gone are the days. The freedom is here. I am free. I am liberated. At peace. Finally. And when this stuff comes out, it's gonna look ugly. The truth about this case is, this already came out. This already came out. You're watching it, so you saw it. You see me. You saw me. You're watching it. It came out. It came out. It used to be that nobody escaped from Siberia. When they dumped people inside of those camps, internment, people no longer would escape. When Adolf Hitler had a neo-Nazi concentration camps throughout Europe, news would not reach out for many, many years. Americans searched desperately for any kind of proof they could come to rescue the brethren in Europe. But they couldn't, because there was a Buckingham Palace right in between on that mighty Atlantic Ocean that intercepted a whole lot for a very long time. But eventually the day came when news did manage to break out. The news did manage to come out, and obviously my news is not going to get out through European Union, through the NATO. Obviously not through you. Obviously Western society is plugged with the Stalinism methods, Stalinist, Hitlerist methods. Obviously that Hitler and Stalin had enormously a lot in common. I would even say just as much as Putin has with the Western leaders today. So I want this stuff to be, I want this shit to be well known. I want this to be video recorded, well video recorded. Thank you so much, I'm going to say to you, for making a selection for me, so I don't have to. But through it all, I am not going to remove any of this stuff. It will stay right there, just the way it is, simply because I like it this way. I like it this way. I wanted it this way. From wanting to have the fight with the entire world, going completely insane through the stuff, truth emerged finally out. So the more of this you do to me, the better I'm off. And you can go and you can have a different kind of news. You can pretend retarded while giving a speech to Canadian Parliament, searching for the pages, and enriching your heart through the bloodstream every time you come to Canada to visit one. For people to have something to laugh about, I should say joke about. For Prince Harry, Meghan, Prince William, the diapers, to show you, the public you love so much, the diapers. Fresh, new. You like that? You barely even make it through the generation, choking yourself on your true watching your people die under the bridges, homeless, inside of psychiatric institutions, choking on your electric and gas bills, watching elderly in shit, impoverishment, lack of medications, basics that your forefathers, grandfathers were dying for through the Normandy, through the Germany. Barely fighting off bombs that were flying all over you. Yet the whole thing is, as they say, history repeats itself. So I don't mind. More of this shit you do, better for me. The same profile it is. Look at that. The same profile it is. It's the same profile. It's the same profile. You can see the link, the same profile. You were able to see me, the same link. Yet they portray me in a different way. The same stuff, the same thing, yet, alright. At the same time it's filmed. Everything is the same. Oh shit, I don't even get to see the pictures. Look at that. There's no pictures. There's just one picture that I have. I am followed by 272 people. People are not being showed anything. You get to see the photos, whatever, and that's all that. This is it. This is the way it is. Okay. Well, folks, it's not a sad day. It's a good day. It's a very good day. They say every day is a good day. Well, this was a day in making. It took me some time. But guess what? The truth about the so-called Western democracy, constitutional monarchy, finally leaked out some way, somehow. Somebody had to do it somehow. I understand, bloody and a long trip. But today is a good day. Here is the date and time. We're going to take a date and time. We're going to take one in New York. We're going to take one in Tokyo. And we're going to take one in, should I say, Buenos Aires. Lisbon, London. I know they love me there. That's. The more of this stuff, folks, the better I'm off. Nothing is gonna go off the internet. I am completely aware of it. I had a lessons from Barack Obama. I had a lessons from Bill Clinton, from Bush, claiming me that this case can be recognized until it's this and that and so on. Now, you're just fucking insane. You are not here to recognize anybody, to make myself clear. This is the stuff I did. This is my stuff. There is nothing yours in here. Other than you should have been persecuted and jailed a long time ago. That's all there is to it. And that's all there ever was. That part in 2012 when you dumped me into psychiatric hospital. Part keeping me throughout the life as jobless, that's your part. That's the one you have. That's the ugly part. And the two don't mix. You and I, me and I, you, we're not the same. Never will be, never were, and never will be. Thanks for watching this video. My goodness, they're persistent. What is it, Priscilla Chen? I actually listed her on my friends list. Fuck. I got a request, and I'm gonna make sure that's gone off the picture, man. No way.